Hi, I'm Jennifer Marie James, and I have created this YouTube channel in hopes to give you some inspiration towards your crafty, musicianship, and self-development. The topic for today is going to be 4 confessions from a plus-size lady. These are going to be some mental traps that most plus-size ladies that I have known of experience and how they're able to overcome them. A little disclaimer, I just want to let you know, and just for you to be aware of, I am not a victim of obesity. The knowledge that I provide is based off of my own experience as the ups and downs of being plus size, and just my own experience of how life is and how as plus size women, we tend to put ourselves into these mental traps and barriers. But then also, hopefully, these will be helpful tools on how you can overcome those mental traps of the plus size mentality. So with that being said, let's get straight to this video. First confession is we fear we are not enough. So this may be something that some ladies are aware of, but there's a lot of ladies out there, they're not actually actively aware that they might be doing this. This tends to stress ourselves out and stresses our body out because we're coming from a place of comparing ourselves to another. So, ladies, plus size ladies, have you ever tugged on your brother or your boyfriend or your friend from the opposite sex and asked this one question? Am I her size? If you have, then it's okay, because I have done this and I know there's other plus size ladies that have done this too, and that is coming from comparison. That is coming from you comparing yourself or allowing someone else to compare you to somebody else. And psychologically, that's going to just put you off on edge, and it's going to continue to put you into this mental trap. Because some ladies, you look at them and you're like, oh my gosh, am I her size? Or, wow, am I her size? Because she's looking good. Like, I hope I look like her. You know, there's some things that we just naturally will compare ourselves to because that's just how we are as human beings, and that's all right. That puts us into a mental trap that we have to be able to overcome. So to overcome this situation is to actively look at yourself every day in the mirror. Find all of your flaws first. Anything that just kind of sticks out, that just like, man, I wish this didn't happen, or why do I have this piece, or why do I have this going on? In the end, there's always going to be some flaws. And then you find your beautiful things, the things that you love. If you love your smile, or if you love how you brighten the room, some actual physical characters though, that actually, like, you like your nails, or you like the way how soft your skin is, or I mean, those are all things that I love about myself. I love my hips and my thighs and my legs. I love them things. And you work on those things. You work on the most highest things that are beautiful, and you just continue to work on them, because that is what's going to help you to overcome from that mental trap of comparing yourself to another, so you won't have that fear. The highest place that you can come to yourself is if you're able to come out with appreciation, gratefulness, and or thankfulness within yourself. I appreciate that I am a different being, or I love the fact, I'm so thankful that God gave me all of this hair. You know, whatever the fact is, the matter is, I want you to find your beautiful thing. Look at yourself in the mirror, find your beautiful thing, and come with gratitude, appreciation, and thankfulness. Okay? So number 2 is the I can't, or the I just don't want to do that. So I want you guys to sit back for a second and just be completely silent. Okay, I want you guys to kind of recap. So you're just like probably thinking like, what just happened right now? Or what are we doing? Well, that little question is coming from a little voice right up here, right? Telling us these things and asking all of these weird questions. That is the time when most of these I can't or I just don't want to do that moments will come up. Those mental traps that comes when we have those little thoughts. And there's so many excuses and so many things that we say that we can't and we just don't want to do today. Whatever the case may be, your mind and your body is actually physically feeling the effects of the word I can't, and it's actually wearing you down mentally, trapping you into this little ball of not being able to be prosperous and not being able to do anything. So everyone knows that action speaks louder than words. Of course, you can take it how it is, but I believe that very hardly, because if you want to be able to get out of that mental trap of putting yourself in that box, in the I can't box, then you have to be able to speak with your actions with the I cans. So how this looks like is you have to be able to learn how to use your body with your mind. So whenever you have those moments of where you can't do something, then that means you can. It means that you can. So use your body and get up in the morning and actually wash your face or take a cold shower if you have to completely wake up. Or if you need to study, then actually go to a place where you feel safe and where you feel like you can study hours throughout the day, for example, like a library. Or if you feel like you can't do this or that, just know that you can do that. And record this information, record everything that you do, because then tomorrow when you look at it, you will see, oh wow, I did do this. I did do this. And sooner or later, those dids will become I cans, and they will psychologically be able to switch your can'ts to cans, which is what you want to do in the end. You want to be able to say, I can work on that machine, so much so that you'll say, I can do one more set just like that, or I can eat this food today, or I can be this kind of person today. Whatever the case may be, you can do it. You can be your fears. Number 3, we are extra weight and we have to work hard for that. So we see this everywhere. If you go into Walmart or a store that hopefully does sell plus size clothing, you know that plus size clothing is a little bit extra in price. Even when I do my sewing projects, I have to buy a little bit more just to compensate for my weight. All of these little tactics, they're all pressure that is applied from not just us, but just natural habitat on being a plus size person. It's a little bit of a tension, but also just some sort of a pressure that is given upon us in some way. I was watching this comedian that I really thought I was liking. He was talking about plus size ladies, or he was talking about dating plus size ladies, and he came to a point where he was saying to be motivated for himself as a very fit guy. He was a really fit guy, and he was saying to go behind a plus size woman and chase her. And he just went off with, you know, you want to chase her like you're chasing like something, and he was just explaining everything. I'm not a comedian, so I'm not going to sit here and try to mimic him, but he was just, I laughed my head off. Like, I was just so elated on that idea of chasing a plus size woman and not realizing, like, yeah, someone could be behind me chasing me, but I still laughed my head off. But I realized at the end that, you know, probably some people might think that, and in the end, if someone knows that, like a plus size person like myself, and I see someone in the back of the gym there trying to chase me, I'm like, well, I'm gonna work a little harder. I'm gonna do this exercise a little bit more. It's even like other things, like so many people, they think that, you know, losing weight is easy and losing weight is just a breeze if you have the right mentality, especially like people who are in the fit community, which I appreciate because they have so much knowledge that I know I need to learn and they apply it in their lives. But everyone's outcome and experience in weight loss is all different, and so it's just whenever you hear people like trainers, they'll tell you to do this and be like this and on point, and sometimes it's not easy for us and we have to work a little bit harder. So we have our own experience, but it's still a little pressure there that not a lot of people realize about plus size. And last point, number 4, is we tend to look to our past. There was a time in my life where I lost 80 pounds. I dipped right into 199. And I had such a huge ego. I felt so fine and like a dime, and I felt so beautiful in some shape or form. But there was a lot of insecurities there too, which that will definitely have to be on a different video. But there is a time, even if you thought your younger side was beautiful, or if you thought that before, oh, I looked so good before I was pregnant. I hear that all the time. Or I looked so good when I was 28, 25, and now you're like 30, 35, and you're like, I can't get that back. We tend to desperately strive for something that was already lived. And so I encourage you to look to the future, to look to that transform you. You're better and wiser now, that you can actively bring this into existence of your life right now at this very moment. Look to your past as a reference on how you got there, but keep going, keep moving. I need you to keep moving ahead so I can see how you look in the future. So that's a wrap. That is my 4 confessions of a plus size lady. If you like this video, or if you'd like to have more positive content like this, then please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.